Adam Christ from MyMMANews.com, and I am being joined by my man Dylan Harnish. He has taken on Deon Jackson at Stellar Fights 51. It's going down in just a couple days, August 27th in Harrington, Delaware. I got my guy Dylan on the line now. He has a lot on his mind, so without further ado, let's get into it. Dylan, we've been friends for a little bit of time now. We've seen each other at the events. We've been friendly as far as chatting each other in person. I've gotten to call some of your events before, but this is our first time talking in an interview. So without further ado, it's my pleasure, brother. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? Thanks for having me.
Oh, dude, it's my pleasure, man. It's I've been looking forward to this one, so I'm ready to get into it. So, you've always taken on difficult opponents, and this one is going to be absolutely no different. You're not one that's going to shy away from a tough fight. So, Deon Jackson, he just contended for the Stellar Fights lightweight title. How do you feel about this particular matchup?
As soon as they offered it, I accepted it. Me and Taylor McMahon, we're pretty solid. We're good friends. Um, I took his input into it, and he's a tall, lanky guy. So you know what I mean. I think it's gonna be hard to figure out for a minute or two. But I think after like the 2 minute mark, I'm kind of gonna, I'm gonna be able. You're gonna be able to see what kind of fight this is. Like if I'm able to figure out his timing, then I'll stand there and I'll strike with him. And if not, then you know what I mean. I'm gonna get in his face. I'm gonna make it dirty, and I'm going to put him on his back. So I think either way it goes, you know what I mean? It's just going to take a little bit of time to figure him out. He's kind of awkward.
I mean, what a better person to pick their brain than Taylor McMahon? Obviously, just fresh coming off of the win and everything. Is there anything in particular that you can say? Obviously, I know you're not going to give everything away, but anything you could say on camera in the interview that's really maybe just helped you take this training a little bit further than you might have gotten before with his bit of advice?
Um, so I just came off Art of War's title fight against Bobby, and like
Yeah.
that, he's no slouch at all. So, um, and I was competitive with him on the feet, like to the point where I felt very comfortable, and he won the wrestling exchanges and the jiu-jitsu exchanges and stuff. Not to disrespect Dion, but I don't think he's quite on that level of Christian Bobby yet. Not to say that he won't be there, but I just don't think he's there yet. So I've taken this camp to kind of focus on what I'm going to do. I've spent so much time kind of thinking about and studying film about what somebody else is going to do and not focusing on what I'm going to do. And I think my last fight with Bobby, I kind of just went in there with reckless abandon. I said, I'm going out there and I'm going to put my fist through this kid's face, and whatever happens, happens. This is like my 13th or 14th fight throughout 3 combat sports. So it's me versus me in there. And when I fought for a Stellar's title, I lost that. And I think that was like my point that I needed so much to the point where I didn't care about the nerves and the feelings and the anxiety going into fights. After that fight, I just said I'm going in there to brawl, and I'm going to get hit, and I just got to face that. I like a pretty fight, you know what I mean? So, and I don't think this fight on the 27th is going to be pretty. He's like 6 foot tall. He's long. He does stupid stuff. He's weird. Like it's going to take a little bit to figure him out. I just got to get in his face and make it dirty.
Yeah. Now, I'm not going to harp on the past, but they say that there's lessons to learn in shitty situations. Can you talk to me about what maybe you've taken out of your two last performances?
Yeah, absolutely. To be honest, out of every fight prior to the last two, I've never really faced that much adversity. Um, I took a boxing fight during COVID. It was my second boxing fight. I won the first one, lost the second one, and it's not like I lost. Like I'm not a boxer, so it's whatever. I wasn't like that mad about it, but like losing to Lumison made me kind of realize that I'm not gonna lie. I watched that tape going into that fight, and I said, if me and this kid fought 100 times, he would never win one. And I focused so much on how shitty he looked in film in all of his previous fights, and didn't worry about what I was gonna do. We got in there, and like a minute and a half in, I didn't win. I didn't knock him out yet, and I'm like, what's gonna happen now? And it took the 12 fights to finally realize in my head that I just got to go out there and do what I got to do. I can't control it. I can't control leading up to it. I just have to go in there. And when I'm in there, that's the only say I have in anything. So
Does that give you a little bit of a peace of mind now that you know that about yourself? Almost that you can go in there a little bit more free, not so much pressure.
yeah, absolutely. My nose was broken after that fight. I got up, not because, and like I said previously, you don't know if you're tough until you find out if you're tough. And I got stopped, and I got up, and I'm like, shit, I lost. Not like, oh, thank God they stopped it. I didn't want to be in there anymore. Like I was fighting. It's an amateur fight. You get dropped, they hit you a couple times, they stop it. I get it. But I got up and I was ready to fight again. The third round, in my previous fight for Art of War, I got taken down and like flattened out and like hammer fisted in my face, and I got up smiling. Like you don't know if you're tough till you're tough. And like now that I know that I kind of have that mental aspect of everything down, I think it really opens up everything. I can go in there and be free and be calm and not to say not worry about the consequences, but kind of not worry about the consequences.
It almost makes you more comfortable with the potential consequences that might be, ready to come at any given moment. You're in a fist fight. You're comfortable with the fact that it is a fist fight. Now,
Right.
with the fact that you're saying that you're more comfortable now, does that change anything in training as far as how you prepare?
So we kind of just started this new gym. It was like we've been building it and building it and building it. Now it's like completely built. We have a 30-foot cage, a ring, a bunch of mat space, great guys all the time. And every Wednesday we've been doing like simmed fights. So like there's a ref in there, there's 3 judges. It's like you're walking out, you have a corner, it's 3 threes, and like that whole time I'm just smiling. Like I love it. I love that feel. It's just my training partners, and I get to go in there with like Oscar Garcia, who's a pro fighter, like, and I'm holding my own in there, doing well. And it just like you get that little fight feel inside of your chest, but you know that it's just still training. So it's just all the calmness, like it's just constantly around me, just constantly calm.
Now, I asked you how you felt about the matchup earlier, but I want to ask you, how do you feel that you guys' style may clash up, or maybe it may play into your favor?
He is weird, honestly. Like that's the only, and you're laughing because I think you know that it's like he does some weird shit. Um,
I would say unorthodox. I would say that because he has definitely thrown opponents off in the past, but the when you just throw down the gauntlet and just he does weird shit, of course it's comical.
yeah, I think it's gonna take a little bit to figure him out. I'm not gonna be honest. It's like I want to say I'm gonna go in there, and I like Taylor, so I want to go in there and finish him faster than Taylor did and talk shit about it for the next year. But like Taylor's tall, so like Taylor didn't have to very much worry about the reach and the length and the height and stuff. I'm 5'7.5" on a good day, and he's probably like 6'1". Like I got to figure it out. I like the matchup. I think I've been working hard in wrestling. Like I got out wrestled by Bovey and stuff, but I don't think that's like a detriment to my wrestling. I think he's just really, really good at wrestling. And my 2 fights ago for Order War, I put on a wrestling clinic. So like I don't think, and I have a great jiu-jitsu coach, Eric Strasser. He's a brown belt, 10th planet brown belt, and Zach Vanderslice. Like he's working MMA classes and getting my wrestling right. So I think really once I figure out Dion's timing and get used to the funkiness, I think that, you know what I mean, I'll really be able to show my stuff.
Now you're coming. Well, I say coming up, but you're coming up from your last weight, and he's kind of meeting you in the middle. Do you think is that a little difficult to deal with because he is naturally bigger?
I mean, he's fought at featherweight before, so I think that's kind of why I was so okay with taking it. And he's 6 foot, you know what I mean? Even 6 foot at 150, like he can't be super jacked to the gills, and like I think he's gonna have like wiry strength. He seems to lunge in on everything, and like he was in the clinch with Taylor and stuff, and like Taylor's a big kid. I don't know if you ever seen him outside of weight cuts and shit, but he's big, and like he was clinching with Taylor strong. So I think he's just gonna, you know what I mean, he's gonna be strong, he's gonna be fast, he's explosive, but I think my cardio is gonna be a giant impact on this as well. Like I don't very much get tired ever. So
Now, pending a win, obviously nobody's coming to lose. But do you have anything else planned for this year? There's a long time left in the year, matchup wise. How active? Sorry, are you looking to stay?
so I have the next 2 months booked up outside of this fight. So I took a grappling match. I just accepted it today for Ground Zero Grappling. Bickings just started his own grappling promotion. He's co-promoting that. And I have a USKA kickboxing title fight coming up October 22nd. And then I get to go to Disney with my girlfriend. So I'm just going to be kind of balls to the wall training for the next 3 months. And at the end of October, get to enjoy Disney and then right back into it. Art of War has a show in December, which I would like to jump on. So I like to stay active.
Now, here's something, and now I'm glad that I have you because I want to take the pressure off of fighting for a minute. You mentioned Disney. I'm one of those people that I don't have kids. I'm married, but I could never understood how people go on vacation to Disney when they don't have kids. Can you explain this to me? I don't know if you guys have kids or not, but
She likes Harry Potter. She likes Disney. She's never been. So I think it was Christmas. I bought plane tickets, and then we kind of she got it like a trip advisor lady and kind of planned it all out. It's something she's always wanted to do. And I can't imagine. I know what it's like to watch people at the gym that I love and care about get punched in the face. And every time somebody from the gym wins, I kind of tear up and feel like good inside. So, and then when they lose, you know what that feels like. So, like her being there and watching me get beat up and get punched in the face and do the punch, and you know, might as well treat it as something nice.
Awesome. And you're a smart man. Like they say, happy wife, happy life. So I
Absolutely.
get it.
Yeah.
I get it, brother. So now that time's starting to, pressing on you. You said we were chatting a couple days ago. You said you had a lot to say. Now, what do you have on your mind that you have to say, and what can fans expect from you on fight night? How do you expect this fight to play out?
I like that he is from Delaware, Maryland area. I'm really, really, really close with Bickings. So like I've run kind of everything past him, and he said Brad is good people. So I fought for Stellar previously. I fought for that title, and I mean I don't know if I should say it or not, but he said if I get this win, I'm getting my rematch back. And like I said, I underestimated Loomis, and that's completely on me. I fucked up, and I thought like an asshole. I won't. I'm not looking past Dion, but like I go in there, put him away, and I'm getting my rematch. I'm getting my title. And that's that. And you know what I mean? I fought like shit when I fought Lumison. You know what I mean? Like when you go back and look at some of my previous fights, I just wasn't active. I didn't explode into things. I kind of was on the back foot right away. And that's not going to be the case this fight. I'm going to get in his face. And I'm going to make him fight.
Well, I can definitely agree with you that Mike Bickings and Brad Dalton are two of the good ones, especially in the area. Love both of those guys. So that we can definitely agree on. Now, I don't know if you want to give it to me. If you do, I'd love to hear it from you. Can I get a bold prediction? How do you take out Deon Jackson at Stellar Fights 51?
Bold prediction is me doing it faster than Taylor and getting to talk shit about it for the rest of my life. Because I'm a 45er. Man, I made 140. I made 135 a couple times. Taylor's walking around like 190. I get to do that faster. He's going to hear about it. Ideally, I like the way that Dion lunges into things. I am so okay with going into the clinch. And I read on Tapology, you know how they have those predictions? People think I'm going to get tapped out. Bobby had my back for like 4 minutes total. He's a Gracie purple belt. He didn't tap me out. I'm not going to get tapped out in this fight. I can guarantee you that. I would like to rock him, make him into a wrestler, take his neck, and guillotine him.
I love it. Last thing before I let you go, brother, I'll let you get your ice bath on. Any sponsors to shout out, any social media plugs to keep the fans up to speed with my man Dylan Harnish. Hit him.
Yeah, first, I want to thank everybody at the gym. You know what I mean? Zach, Eric, Lauren, Oscar, everybody that's been keeping me on my toes. MMA Tea Company, all my sponsors are on the back of those shirts and stuff. If you want to tune in, WK, they'll have a link for the fight. I still have some tickets available. I just want to thank everybody that's helped me get ready for this, and I'll make them proud. I promise that.
Awesome, man. Well, I look forward to the fight. Obviously, I'll be right there inside the ring shouting out Dylan Harnish right in your face. I look forward to it.
I guess I get to talk to you after, right?
We will get to talk afterwards. Pending the win, I'm not going to, sell Dion short, obviously. I got to be, non-biased. But hopefully, you and I will share a moment. And best of luck, my brother.
Absolutely. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Oh, it's my pleasure. There he goes. Dylan Harnish, he's taking on Dion Jackson. It's going down at Stellar Fights 51, just a couple days away. In August 27th is the date in Harrington, Delaware. Make sure you get your tickets. Or like my man Dylan said, WKA will have a link that tons of people will be blasting out. Make sure you catch these fights. You don't want to miss this one in particular. For Dylan Harnish, I am Adam Christ. Make sure you keep it locked to MyMMANews.com for all your fight news needs.